Welcome. Have a moment sitting upright on your seat, making sure you have some support underneath you, perhaps a cushion. If you have a cushion behind you, you could roll it over if you wish to, and place it into your lumbar back to give you some support there. And that may enable you to sit upright. If your chair is a little higher for you, you could have books or a block underneath your feet. And bringing your awareness into your body as you rest here, feeling the contact through the soles of your feet, through the pelvis, supported by the chair, and the crown of your head, and the spine, gently extended up. And we're beginning today's practice with Adho Mukha Dandha, which is the fist and the two thumbs sticking towards each other, as if you are holding onto a motorbike or bicycle handles, but you stick your thumbs out. So it's like a hitchhiking hand, but the thumbs point to each other. And the hands can rest palms down onto your legs. This is Adho Mukha Dandha, meaning downward facing. And this is for the lower spine. Settling the body, feeling supported and grounded. You may want to close your eyes for a moment and experience your breath. Allowing the breath in and allowing the breath out. Let the breath flow away, giving it permission to leave and empty the body as much as feels comfortable for you right now. And this can help to calm us and settle us. And it invites the breath down to the bottom of the lungs. After you've breathed out next time, feel that breath. And the inhale expanding the bottom ribs. Moving the midriff forward. Keeping that same gesture, that same position with your hands, so you're in a fist and the thumbs are sticking out, but turning the backs of the hands to rest on your thighs. So the palms are facing upwards, but we still have a fist and our thumbs extended. So this is Urdhva Mukha Dandha. So it's a set of practices, 3. And this is for the upper back, top of the spine. So settling into your breath once more. You may become aware that the breath has moved, it's changed. And there's more emphasis on the upper chest or mid-chest. We're breathing higher in the lungs. And the emphasis may also be on the inhalation this time. And this gesture is known to lift the energy, but it also can lift the blood pressure, so we need to be aware of that. And if that's an issue with us, we wouldn't hold this gesture for very long. If you're feeling a bit flat, want some uplift, then this might be appropriate for a short while. The one we just did, the Adho Mukha Dandha, is good for calming, reducing the blood pressure, taking us down. So it gives us options, choices. And if we then move into the center where the thumbs are sticking straight up, little finger edges resting on our thighs, this is Merudanda, the gesture of the spine, to the whole spine. Whole breath. Notice how your breath is. This is helpful for optimum alignment of the spine, improving posture. So those of you who feel you could do with balance through your spine, you may find this is a useful gesture to do more regularly. Sitting comfortably in an upright position, taking Merudanda Mudra to encourage the spine to align. And releasing that gesture, you can come back to those anytime you need to, perhaps wiggling your fingers, giving them a stretch, rubbing the hands, interlacing the fingers, whatever feels right for you. To let those arms go and hands go, and then give the hands a shake. Moving some of the energy down to the fingertips. We begin a practice with a flowing arm movement. So as you take your hands down, experience the sensations. And working with your arms, your chest, your body as it is today. It may be useful to unwind the cushion if you have one behind you and slightly move forward as we'll be doing some twisting. Have you got space? We're also going to extend the arms for you out to the sides or wherever they go over your head. Working with your shoulders, your arms, your neck, your head, your back as it is today. So at any time you can do slightly less straight arms, pause, depending on how it feels for you. We're going to explore this sequence and carry it out 3 times. So you can do variations for yourself as you require to. If you're doing a side bend and the arm going up is a little bit of an issue, you could put the fingertips to the shoulder to tip over instead of extending the arm up to the ceiling. Bringing your palms together at your heart space. Here we breathe in. As you breathe out, push the fingers forward. Breathing in, open the arms out to shoulder height, not too high. Breathe out, lift the arms up towards your ears, wherever they will go. Breathe in, bring the arms back out to the sides and turn to the right. Breathing out. Breathing in, come back to face the front. Rotate to the left as you breathe out. Be aware of those arms staying out to the sides. In to the front. Out, bring the arms forward. Breathe in, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to add a variation to that now. So we breathe in here. Extend as we breathe out. Open as we breathe in. Arms up when you're ready as you breathe out. Breathing in, bringing them back. Turning to the right, breathing out. Doesn't need to be a big twist. Breathing in, rotate to the front. Breathing out, shoulders down, rotate to the left. Into the front, this time we're changing it, dropping one arm down, leaning over softly to the right. Breathing in, coming back to the center. And adapting your arms if you need to as you tip to the left. In, you come back, arms wide. Out, the arms come forward. In, the hands come to the heart. One more round with the side bends. Breathe in here. Breathe out, extend. Open in. Lift, breathe out. Open, breathe in. Ready to rotate to the right, breathing out. Follow your breath, into the front, rotating into the front, tipping to the right, breathe out, into the center, tipping to the left, breathing in, come to your center, forward as you breathe out, come into your heart, and breathe out. Release the arms, give the wriggle to the shoulders if you wish to. Notice the sensations in your body, your shoulders. Then continuing lightly, gently. You may wish to bring your fingertips to the shoulders or hold them nearby. And lift those elbows up to the front as you breathe in, and down and gently backwards as you breathe out. Keeping the body straight as you can. Breathe in, breathe out, going as far as your arms, elbows will go. As you continue, you may find they're willing to go a little further. One more time. A little bit further. Feeling that stretch in your back. And then back to center. So starting with very small circles around from your elbows through your shoulders. And subject to how that is feeling for you, maybe making them a little bigger. You can use the breath, inhaling up over the top, breathe out. One more time. And then the other way, back, little tiny ones to begin with. And they can stay small, or they can grow. Breathing in, breathing out. And then resting and letting go. So we now observe shoulder joint. How is the shoulder joint? Is it possible to bring your right hand and rest it behind your head? So you're cupping the base of your skull. If that's uncomfortable, move your hand perhaps out to the side instead. So the hand is on the back of the head. And then if you're able to, take the back of your other hand to your sacrum, to the base of your spine. If you're too close to the back of the chair, you'll need to squiggle forward a little bit. Now we're exploring with this one. Nobody's going to go where they can't go. So find out whether it's possible to slide your right hand down your neck to the back of your neck. And is it possible to slide the back of your left hand up to your waist? Checking in. Notice how that feels. And if that feels like a good stretch through the top arm, or enough for your shoulders, stay there. Draw the shoulders back and down. If you feel you have more, you could slide that right hand further down between your shoulder blades, bringing your elbow slightly closer to your ear. If that feels okay, you could slide your left hand a little bit further up between your shoulder blades. Check your breathing. Stop when you find you've got to where you can go. And occasionally some people might find that they can touch their fingers, the other fingers of the other hand. It may not happen. And softly releasing, give a little wriggle if you need to. So stage by stage, bit by bit. Know where you have to be, doing what is right for you. Left hand coming behind the base of the head. If it needs to be a bit higher on top of the head, absolutely fine. Back of the right hand to the sacrum, if that's possible for your shoulders. Settle and breathe. As you breathe out, slide the left hand down your head towards your neck. Stay. As you breathe out, invite the right hand up towards your waist. If it can't go up, it could go across. So you can decide on that. As you breathe out, can the left hand move any further down your spine? As you breathe out, can the right hand move any further up your spine? Remembering it is what it is, you're breathing. Experience what's going on in your shoulders without strain. There may be some sensation across here for some people. There may be sensation in the tricep for some people. And softly releasing, give yourselves a little wriggle wiggle if you need to. Well done. Warming up the spine a little more. So we've experienced the spine being upright in Meridanda Mudra. We're going to move the spine now. You can either keep your legs as they are, or you can take your feet a little wider apart, perhaps off your support if you have one. And feeling the top of those legs, we're going to hinge ourselves. So we might imagine we've got buttons on the front of our body at various places. And our intention to begin with is to keep those buttons that same distance apart that they are right now. Some people find it's easier to take their elbows out of the way, or you can fold from where you are, letting the elbows come. So if you had a book balanced on your head, you simply fold, hinge from the tops of your legs and bring your body as far forward as it can come. You push down through your feet, you breathe in and sit up tall again. Breathe out, hinge from the tops of the leg, keep those buttons separated in exactly the same position. Press with your feet and push down with your sit bones as you come back up. 2 more times with your aligned buttons, straight back with your breath. Really find that contact through the earth, through the seat, through the feet. And you may find by the 3rd, 4th time you're going just a little closer to your legs and coming back up. Releasing the arms when you're ready, back beside your body. If you're able to reach back to the back of your chair or the sides of your chair, whatever feels right for you. If it's very close to you, then you may want again to walk the sit bones forward a little. And imagining those buttons once more. Can we lift all those buttons gently away from each other? Avoid lifting your chin button away from your chest button too much. So emphasize the front from the buttons if you had them on a cardigan. And open your cardigan buttons and look gently up towards the ceiling, contracting the back of your body. And then releasing back to the center, upright once more. Breathe in. Bend backwards as you breathe out. Come back to the front as you breathe in. Does it help if you use your sit bones and feet to arch back gently? Coming back to the front when you breathe in one more time. Extending through the front, bending the back. Releasing the hands when you're finished. Checking in. And it's quite likely that having taken ourselves into a back bend, we're now ready to do another forward bend. You have a choice here. You can do the straight back forward bend if you have any issues with your lower back. Alternatively, for those who feel that they have the ability and freedom of movement, you could round your back. And that brings all the buttons towards each other. So the forehead, the nose, the chin, the breastbone, all of those buttons, midriff, so the belly goes back, everything rounds around it. We'll do it 4 times, and then if you choose to, you could stay hanging. You might find it's helpful as you roll down to send your hands down your legs if you don't want them for support. And that gives you a measure. How far do I go when I first round, come back up? How far do I go when I next round? And you may find that you get a little deeper into your forward bend if your body's willing. Breathe in where you are. And as you breathe out, begin to roll your buttons towards each other, folding yourself towards your lap. Press through your feet, sit bones as you roll back up, breathing in. Rolling forwards when you're ready, breathing out 3 more times. When you completed your 4th rolling up, check for a moment. And if you wish to, roll yourself down 1 more time, staying for 4 breaths. If that's comfortable, come up before that if you need to. Remembering your head is down, so any issues with eyes, not going too far, not going below. Prop yourself up on your forearms. You could even rest your head in your hands to get a bit of stretch into your back without straining your lower back. Adapt and accommodate your own body. You're moving towards the sensations you want. Giving release and stretch through your spine, separating the back of the vertebrae. When you've done your 4 breaths, press through your feet, press through your sit bones, roll yourself up to sit, and sit tall on your chair. Well done. We're going to work a little bit through our feet. So if you're happy to, bring your feet together and legs together. Otherwise, they can be a little apart, that's okay. And we're going to lift up onto our toes and then drop one heel down. Lift that heel up and drop the other heel down. Breathe in, breathe out. Both heels up, breathe in, breathe out, drop the heel. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. And both heels down. Lift all the toes as far as you can off the floor. And experiment with dropping your little toes and then each toe one after the other till the big toe is down. It may not happen initially. If you can, with practice, lift all the toes up. Little toe, next toe, middle toe, second toe, first toe. And there's usually some that like to escape. Lift all the toes up, this time big toe, working the other way. You may find this easier, or for some, much more difficult, more a challenge. One more time. So when you're lifting your big toes and dropping your big toes, you may experience a sensation through the inner part of your foot. And this is an indication that that's really wanting to do more exercise. As we get older, that tends to lose its connection. So it's really helpful to be lifting up your toes and pushing them down and making them work more independently. We're going to move our feet now, and they're going to take our legs with us. So if we take our toes away from each other, leave our heels towards each other carefully, and then walk the heels out. The knees move with us, then the toes walk out. Make sure you're safe on your chair. If you need to hold on to your chair, move the heels, walk the toes till you're as wide as you can safely go, and then begin to walk them back again. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Walking them out. Take those knees as wide as they can go. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, back. We're going to take the legs wider once again. Hold them there. Notice what you're feeling. Are you still sitting upright? And then bringing your right leg across towards the left. Now it may not reach the left depending on how wide you've gone. So simply the right leg, so toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. It's going to aim to go beyond the midline, and you may get some stretch on the outside of that right leg. Slight twist through the lower body, be careful. Walk that foot back. And walk the other one to that one, staying with the pelvis where it is as far as you're able to, and moving the knee across the midline if that works for you. Noticing some stretch on the outside of that leg. Walking your foot back, out as wide as you can go. And bringing the right one once more to meet the left, or it may not meet it quite, that's absolutely fine. You could always bring the left foot back a bit so that the feet do meet. So in this position, we're already in a slight rotation. We've extended through the right side. We could use that, if you're safe, hold on to the right side of your chair and bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. You may begin to rotate the chest, softly, carefully, looking over towards your right shoulder. Stay and breathe. Press down through both feet, sit bones. Breathe in where you are. As you breathe out, rotate the chest to the front and walk your right foot away to the right. So we're back to wide legs. Walking the left leg over to meet the right, wherever it can get to. Feet can come together, sitting tall. Left hand on the left side of the chair, right hand, if it's free, can come across. Lifting and lengthening as you breathe in and rotating to the left. Remembering that the ribs, the chest is what starts the rotation, then the armpit area, then the head and neck. And you may experience this in your thoracic spine, the vertebrae that run up through between the ribs. Softly rotating the body back to face the front and walking that left leg out. So both legs are now wide once again for you. And we'll hinge from the tops of the legs with wider legs. We're looking for some stretch on these inner thighs. You may want to rest your hands or your forearms on your legs as you tip from your hips, keeping your sit bones down, and lower your body wherever. It doesn't need to go very far. Feel a stretch, breathe. For those who wish to, you could put your upper arms in between your legs and perhaps bring your hands to prayer position. If your arms don't go there, you could cross your forearms slightly and have a little pressure on the inner thighs if it feels good for you. Keep those faces looking down, not up. I know you want to look at the screen, but keep your face down once you're in position. And then press through your feet and bring yourself back up. Heel toe the feet back together. Sitting back on your chair if you've come forward. Noticing the sensations. So if you're able to, taking hold behind your right leg, if you need or have your strap handy, you can pop your strap underneath that right leg. Then we're lifting that knee up off the floor towards our body as far as it will go. You can lean back into your cushion behind if you need that extra support. Use your abdominals as well. Feel that closing. And pushing your heels softly away to begin to extend your leg. Bend your leg, lift it up, push down and straighten. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out, push down and begin to straighten. It doesn't matter how far it goes. We're going to do this 3 more times. Lowering the foot after the last one to the floor. Checking through the body. And changing sides. Again, if you find a strap is helpful, wrap your strap or your belt, whatever you happen to have. Your yoga equipment. And then when you're ready, breathing in, lifting that leg up. Push the heel away, breathe out, begin to straighten. Remembering, actual straightening isn't required if the leg is a bit tight. Out. Breathe in, lift up and pull in. Breathe out. We're using the front of the leg to pull the leg in and the back of the leg to stretch the leg out. We're getting a bit of a front stretch and a back stretch. Strengthening the hip flexors and stretching the hamstrings. Two more times. Please stop if you need to before that. Experiencing your body, experiencing your breath. From there, we're coming to stand. So you might want to pop your belt onto the back of your chair or the floor beside you safely. Find your feet, perhaps moving a little bit further on your chair. So remembering that a way in which we come up from a chair without using our hands is to do like our leaning forwards. As we lean forwards to do our forward bend with a straight back, we use that momentum. So we press the feet into the ground and we move our body weight onto our legs to come up to stand. And of course you can practice that as you need to with your own. Now if you find your balance is challenged today, you could move your chair to one side and have your chair to support you. If you don't need the chair, you can do this in space. I'm going to start, as we start with the feet, I'm going to start nearer the screen, and then as we do the arms, I'm going to move back for a while to establish where the arms go in the sky. Of course, if your arms don't go all the way up, you'll do the modifications as you need to for your own body. Here you can begin with your feet slightly apart or your feet together, whichever is safe for you. You can start by holding on to your chair while we do the legs, or begins without the chair, perhaps with your feet a little apart, doing what is right for you. The idea is to have your balance, and that's the challenge, and that's the experience. So by doing it, whatever level you're doing it at is an achievement. Bring your awareness to your soles of the feet. Feel your head is on top. And when you're ready, as you breathe out, bend your right knee and let your heel come off the ground. As you breathe in, transfer the weight. As you breathe out, releasing the left knee onto the left toes. You breathe in and place that foot firmly down onto the floor, transferring the weight to release the right knee forward. As you breathe in, all of your breath, takes all of the breath time to put that foot down. Whole exhale to let that heel come off and the knee move forward. Those who have balance could increase this to coming up onto your very tiptoe. So there's only a toe touching the floor. There's a lot more weight down through that other leg. Stay with the previous on your toes, if that's where you are. Releasing to the tippy toe or stay on your toes. As you breathe in, lower the foot. Pause. Breathe out. Lift the other foot to toes or lift the knee up. Breathing in, coming to the floor. Breathing out onto the other leg, wherever you can take it. Okay, pausing there. When you've done your left leg, that's our left leg movement. Our arms, as we breathe in, lift up, if we can, over your head. I'm just moving back a little bit. Palms may come together, and as you breathe out, the hands come to your heart. Breathing in, if arms don't go all the way, bring them forward and bring the palms together in front of your heart. So you accommodate the movement according to your shoulders. Breathe out. Breathe in. What are you doing with your arms? Breathe out. Hands to the heart and rest. So those are the movements. That's the bottom and the top. We're aiming to bring those two all together. That's the challenge of our cloud salutation. So as I'm closer to the camera again, you won't see the tops of my hands probably. That's okay, you know what they're doing. They're coming together in a prayer position and coming down to my heart. We'll begin with our hands in heart prayer position, and we can end here in the last round. So making sure you've got enough space. I'm going to move my chair out of the way because now it's too close for me, but for you, you might want that chair there for safety and to be able to touch it. So you could do one arm if you haven't, and then turn around, do the other side halfway through. So hands to prayer position, feet firmly on the floor, leaving the heels down for the moment. Breathe in and let your arms travel up. As you breathe out, the hands come down as your right heel lifts. As you breathe in, the arms are going to go up and the heel is coming down. Then the left heel comes up as the hands come down. You breathe in, take the arms up and the heel, both feet to the ground as the arms are up. Breathing out, lifting the right heel or the whole leg. Inhale, as the arms go up, the foot comes to the ground. So everything is open. As we close, we bring things towards the center. Knee bends, hands drop. As we breathe in, we take everything away from the center. Stretching out, both feet down, both arms up. Breathe out. Release one leg, either to toes, tippy toe, or all the way up. Breathing in. Breathing out, just onto toes if that's right for you. Breathing in, arms go up. Let that heel come down at the end of the breath in. As you breathe out, onto toes, tippy toe, whichever is right for you. Continue. Checking in. If I'm in the middle, is my foot off? If I'm at the top, are both feet down? Once more, each side, ending with your left side. Last time your arms go up, your leg comes down, then your hands return to your heart. Releasing the arms, you can release your clothes, settle yourself back for a moment, take your feet apart if you need to, and be in your body, perhaps closing your eyes. If that's not safe, simply drop the gaze towards the skirting board or the other side of the room. If you have some space on the floor, you may want to move your chairs to one side and come to lie down on your carpet or your mat if you happen to have a yoga mat. And if you need to have a cushion or a couple of cushions or a folded blanket, whatever you've got available to put underneath your head. Coming down, remembering what we do is we stand on our mat or on the floor, we take our feet apart and we are imagining that we're crawling towards the ground. So we do need to have that width. And we begin very gently to fold our bodies as we did sitting in the chair. And we find the floor and we bend those toes just as we did in the chair, drop the knees. We can move gently onto our bottom one side, ease our legs around, and then we're sitting on the mat or the floor. To get down from here without straining the back, leaning one elbow down, shifting your pelvis, shoulder comes down, and you roll gently onto your back, and you can use your feet to readjust you and make sure you're in the center of your position. Supporting your head, neck as you require, or perhaps even a small cushion underneath your pelvis if you require that. Legs can remain bent or slide them away if your back feels comfortable, and let go into Shavasana. Here we're experiencing contact between the floor and our body. We may notice a difference between the two sides. Inviting a little stretch through the back and front of the body. You'd like to bend your legs one at a time or both together, feet onto the floor. And then inviting your right knee onto your chest. If you need to, use a strap around it. You can hold behind the leg, or you can hold across the shin. So behind the knee, ease it down. Feel that body stretching through the back. Feel the closing at the top of the leg. Now we've already done this sitting on the chair. Notice the difference now that gravity is drawing that leg into your body. Find your breath. Now, if you're happy to, keeping your leg as close to your chest as you're able to, push the heel gently up towards the ceiling. Keep the knee on the chest and find some stretch in the back of that leg. Not looking to straighten it, simply finding some stretch. And ease the heel down, place the foot to the floor, and notice the two sides. When you're ready, engage the abdominals to pull the other knee into your chest. Use your hip flexors. Hold behind the knee, one hand or two, and feel the stretch through the back as you ease that leg down into your body. Check in with your breath. If it's a bit too tight on your hip, ease it away. You can always pull it back again later. Bring your awareness to your heel, keeping your thigh where it is. Begin to lift your heel away from your sit bone into whatever stretch you can find on that leg. Remembering it's not about straining knees, it's finding the stretch. So it can be wherever is right for you. You may find it's along the back of the leg and you can take it into that stretch for yourself. Lowering that heel down and place the foot beside the other one. Checking your feet are reasonably close to your bottom. You can walk your feet wider, turn your toes out, and you have a firm base. Looking to stretch and open through the front of the legs now. Maybe through the front of the torso. Arms beside the body, hands to the floor. Press down through your feet and use your buttock muscles to lift your pelvis gently a little bit off the floor, exploring a stretch between your knees and your armpits. Lower the spine one vertebra at a time, down again. Check your feet are firmly down. You're staying where you are, simply going up. And press down through those feet and bringing your body up. You may find the second time you can go a little further into a straight line from knee to armpit. There may be a bit of a dip still. It's okay. Begin to open through the front of those thighs and hip flexors. Breathing out, roll the spine. See if you can lay them down one pearl at a time. And one more time, pressing down through the feet, lifting the body up wherever it will go. And you can choose to stay here, roll onto tops of the shoulders if it feels good for you. Send those knees away, breathing strongly, or come down when you need to. Find those buttock muscles, squeeze those buttock muscles, push your buttock muscles with them up to the sky, press the pelvis. And then rolling your body down, release the shoulder blades out as you come. And then you may wish to walk your feet back in or simply slide your legs away. So if you're comfortable laying on your back, you may choose to bend your legs and drop your knees together with your feet apart. If you have a bolster to hand, you may want to put your knees up on a bolster. You may choose to have another cushion pillow for your head. If you've got a jumper or blanket close by, you may want to use that for a moment. And just stay in your comfortable, relaxed position for a few moments, closing the eyes. Allowing the breath to flow. May today there be peace within. May I trust that I am exactly where I am meant to be. May I remember the infinite possibilities that are born of faith in myself and others. May I use the gifts that I have received and pass on the love that has been given to me. May I be content with myself just the way I am. Let this knowledge settle into my bones and allow my soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. You can stay resting for a while if you wish, or in your own time you can come back up, rolling yourself over to one side as you do that. Make your way back to continue your day.